Hello and welcome. I'm Arnold and I am your host for AI with Ashok Podcast. Each week we dive into stories, strategies, and mindsets of inspiring leaders from the small business community. Whether you're on the go, unwinding, at home, we're thrilled to have you with us on this journey. In today's episode, we're excited to introduce our special guest, Mr. Mayank Sharma, better known as Mikki. He is the managing director for Pearl Home Care, a trusted provider of in home care for aged care and NDIS participants in Geelong and Ballarat, Victoria, Australia. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Mayank Sharma. Hello,
Hello.
how are
Good,
you?
mate. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, thank you.
All right, awesome. Okay, so we're so excited to have this interview, and I'm pretty sure you have a lot of things to share with us today.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So before we get started with the questions, so I'd like to give us a little bit about yourself and what you do in Pearl Home Care.
Yeah. So basically, we have a business known as Pearl Home Care. So we are an in-home aged care provider, as in like we provide services for the old people in their home. So it's like if they need assistance with showering, if they need nurses, if they need physio, or if they need a little bit of house tasks to be done. So we basically provide our own staffing to them, and so that it makes their life very easy. So it's kind of aged care, but in home.
Oh, so that means to say that you would send people to the houses of those aged people, right? Not the other
Yes,
way.
yes,
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay, awesome, okay, awesome. All right then, that's good. So, so can you tell me how you became the managing director, or a little bit of your background, like
Mm.
um, your career background, and how do you become the managing director for Pearl Home Care?
Yeah. So I've been in the HK industry for the last 6 to 7 years, and I was working as a support worker with different HKs, and also I was working in hospitality. Then after COVID, then I thought that it's time because to do something by yourself. So while working in aged care, my friends also were working in home care, and they told me how does that work. So it just intrigued me, and basically I was not the one who started the business. It was my wife. Her name is Annie. So she's a nurse and running the business for like 16 years as a nurse. And she me and her, like, we talked about each other, and we thought like let's do something different than what we're doing now usually. And there it is. We search about HK industry, and and it was like our strengths and kind of a likeness towards helping others, especially when they're aged, that helps us to guide our goals towards this industry. So yeah, so there we are. So we opened this in 2021, sorry, just after when the COVID was almost over. And yeah, so it's been running successfully for almost 3 years now. But before that, we have been industry combining us. Our experience is more than 16 years in the HK industry.
Okay, awesome. That's good. That's good.
Mm.
And if you don't mind me asking, Mickey, what was
Mm-hmm.
your career like before you entered in the um,
HK?
yeah, aged care?
Yeah, I was in hospitality. So I was working in hospitality as a front desk manager in Hilton Group of Hotels. So I was a front desk manager in one of the Hiltons. Before that, so I had this attitude of providing us satisfied services to all the people who were staying at our hotel, making sure everything is you know in a proper professional way. And then my partner was a nurse, and she was taking care of old people. So we thought of like, yeah, why don't we do something by ourselves instead of working for others? Why don't we work for on ourselves and do good for the society? So that's why.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good that you
Mm,
decided to start your own business
mm,
rather than still working for others. So that's good.
yes.
Yeah. And what made you decide to, take this path that you decided to like um do it for yourself, like, build business yourself.
Yes. So it's just like as we were looking at that, we had this tendency, like we had a caring heart for elders, and we have worked like in hospitality. When I was working, and we a lot of my clients were old people, and my chemistry with them was good. And my partner like I said, she's a nurse, so she was working in section in dementia ward where she met a lot of old people. So and yeah, so and also like I said, I worked in aged care as well, especially in dementia, and then I realized that how life could be difficult at that age. And then I thought of like, everyone makes money, but uh, it's this field which helps us to not only make money, but also take the blessings. So that's why we entered and thought of going towards this field, to be honest.
All right then. Awesome. That's good. So
Mm.
let's move on to the vision and mission for Pearl Home Care. So according to your official website, Pearl Home
Hmm.
Care is a 100% Australian owned company. So how does it shape the way you operate and the services you provide?
So basically, as you know, we are across Australia. So, but we have a franchising model. So we have two franchisees in Geelong and Ballarat. The difference between us and the other providers and how we shape the way is like we have one-to-one approach. So we have a limit on taking capacity. Like we don't want big numbers and we don't want small number. So we set at the right amount so that we can do one-to-one approach. Because eventually, when you start growing your business, the first year is you think what you're doing. Second year is like you think when the money is going to come back, and third is the one. Third year is the one where you start, having the money in, and then you realize that it's time to grow. So what has happened in our industry? So what we have done is we have limited ourselves not to grow that much. We are growing at a slow speed, but also making sure that we're in touch with everyone. So that becomes a good value for us and a good. And I would like to also emphasize that we don't spend money on marketing at all. Most of the money, most of the clients we get is coming from kind of referrals. So it's just like I said, because of the one-to-one approach, which is missing in different companies in Australia. So that helps us a lot, and a lot of our clients are referred by their friends or family members. Yeah, without doing any marketing. So that's what makes us different.
Okay, okay. So if I heard you correctly, so the way you sort of market your business is that
Mm.
you get clients through referrals. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, yes. So we do a referral system based on our clientele itself. So they refer their own friends. It seems like see, marketing plays their own role. It's about giving your name in the market. That's a good one. But giving a name and converting them to a client is different. As in, like there are like around thousands of providers like us. All right. The reason why client choose us is because of a trust element. Because one of the best friend or one of the kids or one of their friends or relatives have told them about us. So I think for anyone to do business in Australia, it's about creating that honesty for the business or reputation that people talked about you, in a positive way. So that's what we focus on at the moment, not doing big marketing at this stage.
Okay, all right. That's thank you for sharing that. Now, what is the core mission of Pearl Home Care, and how do you ensure this mission is reflected in your day-to-day operations?
So, core mission is to provide affordable and professional in-home aged care services. And how it is mentioned is like, so we have a software which I don't know much of the provider has or not. I think none of them mostly have it. So we can give an access to our system to the client's kids basically, or the power of attorneys, in which they can see who is coming and who's not, what's the budget, what's they're spending on, and everything can be tracked by them as well. So it's something like which we do, which is missing in most of the providers in Australia. So that makes us distinct. And we believe, in terms of the core value, like I said, it's professional and affordable services. So we are making sure the prices are very like not very low, not very high. It's at the right size, based on the quality of services which we provide.
Awesome, very good. And the way I notice, based on your answer, so what's really unique is that your home care provider company is that it's an in-house, like in-home care, meaning to say the patient will not be admitted to a facility, right? They will still stay at home with their
Mm.
families. You can just send someone there to take care of that person.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
That's why the home care was originated in Australia, because the people don't want to. They like I interview so many people day and night, and they just say that, look, Mickey, I don't want to die in some other place. I just want to die at my home, where I build, I spend my livelihood. So as you know, Australia is a migrant country. So a lot of people here come as a migrant, and they stay here. So there is something related to their house. So they just want to die peacefully there. So that's what they said to me. So yeah.
Okay, I see. And aside from your company, are there any other companies that offers the same kind of service, like they do in-home care?
Yep. There are thousands of companies like us
That's
now.
okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not like we are doing something special. So yeah, there's so
Yeah,
many of them.
but
Yeah,
if you don't mind me asking,
yeah,
what aside from what you mentioned, what differs your company
yeah.
from other in-home care providers in Australia?
So, firstly, I said one-to-one approach. It's very one-to-one. Like I'm the manager, I'm the owners of the business. Yeah, I do have a client base of 200 plus clients, but I know their birthdays, I know the pet, I know their kid's name. So it's about the one-to-one approach that we give it to every client of ours. So I know as being an owner about each of my clients. So that's a key differentiate which I make with other providers. Secondly, we do every 3 months event outing for our clients. It's like free of cost to them, where we do outing like games, food, music, dance, whatnot, chit chats. Thirdly, we do a lot of kind of charity runs as well and charity events. So that kind of makes us kind of different. And the lastly, I can say is, we accept a mistake. It's not like that. If we do something and we argue with the client, it's just we keep them on record, and we have specialized staff who deal with dementia clients, because I can say that in a home care package, there's around 65 to 70% of the people with dementia, and dealing with dementia is not easy, because they forget things within like 5 or 10 minutes. So we have specialist staff for them. So we keep our records and everything is on track, so that everything runs smoothly. The clients are happy and the family are happy, and basically my staff is also happy. So yeah, that
All
makes us
right.
different.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you for that. Now,
No worries.
for the viewers who may not be familiar, could
Hmm.
you please explain the differences between providing to aged individuals or providing care to aged
Hmm.
individuals versus NDIS participants?
Yeah. So it's kind of different, because in NDS participants, they have their own set of needs, and they have their own age condition, like declining conditions, as in like some of them are bedridden and they can't even move. Some of them has some kind of depression issues, and whereas in aged care is different. In aged care, people don't have such kind of condition like in disabled. In disability, they have a long term disability. In aged care, they just need someone to come and talk to them. Whether in disability, it's a long work. It's like if a support worker is sent in both the fields. So in aged care, they work for 2 3 hours, because most of the things are already done by the client. Like they just want them to just come on, someone to talk to them and do a little bit of cleaning. Whereas in disability, when we send a support worker, it's like the entire day. So that's the difference. Second thing is that in aged care, there's restriction of pricing. Like in disability, the government gives more funding in Australia. So disability fields, people can have more access to technology, more access to events, more access to services. Whereas in HK, there's a budget, so they can't have over to that. So that's the main key difference. Both the industry are, to be honest, north and south. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, what are some unique challenges faced by clients in aged care and those are NDIS participants?
Yeah. Look, I can talk most about aged care because we do have a license of NDIs, but we don't practice that much. Okay. So I don't know the challenges for NDIs, to be honest, but I can tell you with the aged care perspective because our motive is only helping people with age. We're not doing much of disability at this stage.
Oh.
So with the yeah, so we don't do much of disability. We help other companies to provide services. Because I just said to you that it's completely different field, north to south. Yeah, and I don't want to stuck in between handling two boats. So that's why we focuses on HK. So with the HK difficulties, there could be many difficulties. All right. So where should I start with? Let's start with let's say people with dementia. So it's hard to help people with dementia because they have first their trust issue. So we're dealing with dementia people. We have to make sure that we have the same sort of support worker, and with support worker, as in like that person also mentions the times, what time they're coming, and everything is the calendar we put to them, and the timings, what time they're taking medications and everything. We also track records. They have the alarms and everything, personal alarms. So we make sure all the people with dementia has a false alarm, just in case if they have a fall, they just get to know about that. And it's also problems with people with dementia is like they keep on buying things, and they forget like when they bought it. So we have to deal with that. Yeah, so yeah, dementia is one of the biggest issue with the aged care. The second problem is basically the aggressive attitude of a person. Sometimes the people can go 1 to 100 in 1 second, so they don't realize it's just a habitual of the habit of that comes with the old age. They just sparks, and then we have to give them time to relax, and then they slow down. And then the third one is like these two are the main one. Third one I can say is the trust factor. It's like or yeah, trust factor as in like they don't trust everyone. They have specific people, if I'm sending, let's say, Rachel, or if I'm sending Kat, if I'm sending Sophie. So they will try everyone, but they will have a set factor with one, and they will like the services from one person as well, which sometimes make it hard for us as well because Sophie can't be available all the time, or she's gone on holidays. So they end up not having services. So yeah, that's three problems we normally have, as I can say at this stage. Nothing much.
I see. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the staff that are working with this client, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that they underwent like rigid training on how to deal with these clients, right?
That's absolutely right. So they all have to do a certificate. A minimum standard is certificate 4 in the HK industry now. So they have to do a certificate, and after that, when they do the certificate, they do a 120 compulsory training in a HK. So they know how to shower a client, how to feed them medication, how to change their nappies, how to make sure you change the bed linen properly, how to take them out in and out from the shower, or how to take them put their walker in the car boot. So yeah, so that's what they know. And once they get training of 120 hours and they come fresh to us, then we also train them with our buddy shifts. We train them with our experienced care who have been in industry for 5 plus years. So they it's buddy shift, which helps them to cope up with day-to-day operations, and which also tell them what they really are. So look, I can say anyone can do the course. I tell to all my staff, anyone can be a carer, but not a good one. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
it's hard to become a good carer. Like care, what is care? It's like okay, I'm caring for a person. I care for you. I care for others. That's it. But it depends how good you can do it. It's not like it's not like because the industry is at the moment. This industry is short of staff and everything. And what exactly people are doing it? People from different field are trying to enter in this field, but not realizing that not everyone is fit for this field.
I see. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the way I figured is that this kind of job that they're doing with the clients, it really takes a lot Oh, patience. I could.
Yes, yes, yes.
I
A
see.
lot of patience, a lot of patience, and also you have to put your anger down. Yeah. Look, I tell my staff here. So basically, I tell them, look, not all the days are good days, and not all the days are bad days. All right. So if I tell them, like, if we have, let's say, let's example 10 clients, let's say, yeah, out of 10, if you get one bad one, that's fine, yeah. Because think about the nine ones who have blessed you. Think about the nine who have made you happy. Or think about the nine one who give you small presents. So that kind of balances it. Because this industry is not for someone who think that they can argue with an old people, or they have to answer with everything. You have to be a good listener in this industry. You can't be always talking with the clients. You just have to be a good listener and very empathy. You have to be very empathic with them. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, Mickey. Now, let's move on
Mm.
to the industry trends and changes. So, the aged care sector in Australia has
Hmm.
seen significant changes over recent years. Now,
Yep.
what key trends do you think are reshaping in home care services?
So there is a new reform coming in July 2025. At the moment, when we do the HK services in home, we normally charge a management fees to them. It's a care management and package management. There are two type of fees. So government gives the funding and we charge the management onto that. And after charging the management, we provide the services. So the key features was are coming in the future. They're saying that they're going to be canceling the management fees, as in like the client can manage the package with themselves. This is just a saying. The bill has not passed, but they are telling about this reforms. And then there's going to be a set amount of charges by the provider, because like I said, there is different providers charging different fees, different providers charging different rates. So it is not feasible for some of the clients. So the governments are getting strict with that. So next year we are seeing this trend of changing in the management fees, the cost, which basically is the bread and butter for the providers like us. So, and the second thing they are doing is they're going to put a cap in terms of charging to the client for personal care, gardening, physio, podiatries, and all those things. So this is a significant change that is coming, which has not happened since the home care packages. Yeah. On the other side, it's hard for the people who are living by themselves, because if you give them control, they don't know what to do with that, because they don't have any support. It's hard for the people who are deaf, or it's hard for the people who are blind. It's hard for the people who don't have any family connection. So that's why the government is still thinking on it, that who would be eligible for these kind of funding and who would be still stick with the previous structure of funding. So yeah, that's the trend we're looking at.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Now, are there any specific challenges or opportunities in the current age and disability care landscape that Pearl Home Care is particularly focused on?
So the challenges is basically at the moment is we're having is with the staffing. As like I said that all the people jump in this industry, but not all of them are fit for the industry. So we interview people when they come. They're like, okay, we're gonna do this. We care about people. We're gonna do this, that, and that. But at the last, they say, oh, sorry, we can't do it. So that's the main staffing is the issue in this industry. Second challenges which we are identifying in this industry is basically the way the reforms are happening in the coming July. There are a lot of changes with what the old people can buy, what they cannot. Earlier, it was clear, like whether they can have double bed. Now there is a lot of questions asked for any kind of purchases now. So this is a challenge again coming up. Because the government wants them to spend money on the services rather than to buying equipments. But on the other hand, equipment is also compulsory. It means if someone needs a bed, they need a bed. They don't want someone to shower them, so we can't force them. So or someone legs are not working properly, they need a wheelchair. You can't say that don't have a wheelchair, just have physio. No, you can't do that. So they also want that, but the government is also stopping them not to buy that product. As in, like there is specific guidelines coming, how you can buy, from where you can buy. And earlier there was not such guidelines, so they're getting very tough on purchasing aspect. And and the opportunities, yes. So opportunity wise, it's like so in the HK, I tell you. So basically, there are four types of funding that is government given by the government. All right. The first is known as Commonwealth Help Support Package. It's a CHSP. It's given to everyone above 65 in Australia. They just have to contribute a little bit of amount, like $20-30 for the services. Yeah. Second one is a home care package, which we deal in. Third one is known as respite. So respite is basically a gap between in-home aged care and permanent aged care. It's a short-term respite, short-term stay. Yeah, it's just like going on holidays or a motel or something. And the fourth one is permanent aged care, which is like permanently you're there. So what the opportunities we are getting is, so government is giving fund now. In future, they're planning to merge respite, in home, and CHSP in one. So means we as a provider can service more clients. We have more clientele bases there because there are 750,000 people or a million people sitting in CHSP and 750 in respite. So we can, cater to those people as well. So that's an opportunity we're looking at.
Yeah, and with that time comes, Mickey, are you ready to accept more clients? You think? You know,
Yes, yes, we are absolutely ready to accept more clients, and it all depends on what the client needs are, and the condition. Yeah, we can accept that. That's not an issue. Yep. So
I see. All right then. Thank you. Now, technology plays an increasing role in healthcare. Now, how is Pearl Home Care integrating technology to enhance
yeah.
the quality of care? And has your company already integrated AI solutions in your day-to-day operations?
Yes, we do have we have a software known as Visual Care. It's a platform used by the HK industry. There are different platforms. We normally use Visual Care. It's one of them. So in terms of integrated, it's very easy and convenient for us to use, and we can do the rostering. We can send the statements, and like I said, we can give access to their family member to check on them, what's happening with the package, where the money is going. So yeah, we are pretty much good into it. So yeah, and in terms of AI technology, I think it will be good beneficial for us. I have not used it much, but if I would like to use it, it would be better for me to do for my marketing sort of things, where I can, the SEOs marketing. Like I said, because if I would like to invest money in marketing, I want people to know about my brand. Yeah, converting a lead to a client is different, but I want more brand consciousness, which can be done by AI. So, yep, I can be up for it. And also, if AI can also help me to do my bookkeeping, that's also a big thing, because running business like this for us, like we get a lot of invoices, so we have to make sure we have to reconcile them on time, and the bookkeeping is done on time. So if AI can help it, yeah, why not?
Okay, good. That sounds good. Now, as a
Mm.
leader and of course as a businessman, now what are your thoughts about artificial intelligence and how do you envision its integration into small businesses, particularly in the agent and disability care sector?
Yeah. Look, AI industry, as in, like I said, for us would be good for doing the accounting kind of stuff, doing the rostering. If AI can help us to rosters and like the staffing, and that could be a good beneficial for us. And yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And marketing, like I said, marketing, operations, and business. Sorry, accounting. These three can be done by AI. That makes life easy for us as well.
Okay, awesome. Now, let's move on to the success stories and impact. Now, do you have any particular success stories or memorable moments that capture the impact Pearl Home Care has had on clients?
There are many of them. So let's start with one of them. So we had a client. So basically, she's deaf. Yeah, so she doesn't have anyone to talk to or anyone. So we normally talk on emails. So her kid live in Bali, Indonesia. So I got to know that's her birthday. So I just gave her a surprise. Went with the flowers, gifts, and chocolate cake with her carers as well. And then she started crying because she hasn't cut cake since. like she was 35 or 40 because like everything was like the kids were gone, so she was lonely. So that also brought tears because you see a lot of people in aged care with a lot of grief and grievance. And then we had also another moment where one of our client in was flying to London due to some family emergency, and she wanted someone of our care to look after her husband for 24 hours. So yeah, we provide those services, and she was extremely happy. And she wrote a big letter to us. She sent some gifts to the office to the staff how well we do. So we do this one, and some of them, yeah. So it's like that.
Mm, cool.
Yeah.
Now, let's move on to the your future vision. So, looking
Yeah.
ahead, now where do you see
Yeah.
Pearl Home Care in the next 5 to 10 years? Are there any new services or expansions that you're excited about?
Yeah, so we're looking at Pearl Home Care as the one of the top leader in providing services in Ballarat and Geelong area as a regional Victoria area. Now we are looking to expand in the CHSP sector and in future in respite as well. So we are working on it. We're just waiting for the new reforms for the next year. And the 5 years goal is to at least have a database of 500 plus clients, so that we can work efficiently. Because at the moment, what exactly is happening? The government is not giving much packages like home care packages. They are just focusing on the new reforms. And once this picture is clear, then only we can have a big vision. But at this stage, our vision within 5 years to have our own respite, have our own CHSP, kind of team organized, and home care package clients growth to up to 500. So I can say that.
All right, cool. Now, if you could make one major change to improve the aged care sector in Australia, what would it be?
Um, Major aged care sector in Australia would be, look, not approving much of home care package providers, because if there is too many providers, so the problem that happens in the industry is like they become competitive with the pricing. And when they become competitive with the pricing, and they're not making money, so they can't pay the staff. They don't pay the staff doesn't turn up. So if the staff doesn't turn up, the client is not happy. If the client is not happy, he's not getting the services, they end up going to a permanent aged care. So it's kind of bad for every one of the home care provider.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to the light-hearted and personal questions, if you don't mind, Mickey. So,
Yeah.
so what's one thing about you that might surprise people? Do you have any hidden talents or unexpected hobbies?
Uh, Hidden talent, unexpected hobby. Look, I can dance well after I had to, you know, I can dance well if I have two single malts, like 30 mls. So that's one unexpected talent. And the other thing is that when I normally try to find some hobbies in the old people and try to explore them out. For example, we have a client that's like 92. She wants to do a hot air balloon.
Oh.
She used to do hot air balloon in the entire life. So I'm sponsoring her. So I'm making sure, I'm just waiting for her sons to give me the permission, because I don't want her to die in the sky and the blame comes on me. So the son is living overseas. So once I get the letter, all the doctor's approval and everything. So yeah, that's one of my hobby, to make people happy. So you can say
Yeah,
that as
that's
well.
that's
Yeah,
great. That's great. Now, if you're not
yeah.
in the aged care sector or in the hospitality sector, what other career would you imagine yourself doing?
Look, in my life, I've been to so many sectors. Like I've been to events, I've been to sales and marketing, I've been to selling furniture, selling shoes, share trading, forex trading, you know, but the satisfaction which I get in this sector is different. Like I said, it's not about the money. It's about, you do something good for others and the blessings comes to you. So so I don't see myself working in some other sector. I think this is the perfect sector for me. And uh, and this is what I look forward to every day. In the morning I wake up, I normally, when I want my clients to be happy, and if they're sad, I normally go personally there and see them. So I don't see myself in that other industry apart from this at this stage.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, describe yourself, or sorry, describe your perfect weekend. Are you more of a homebody, or do you love a good adventure?
I love good adventure, but after marriage, I've been forced to be homebody.
I think that's. I mean, that's what's. I think that's how it is when we get older.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we get
look, I'm
older.
very adventurous kind of person. I love to do adventure. And look, the way we're running the business, we have two territories, which is so different. We are in Geelong, and the Balwad is up north, so it's like 100 kilometers different between one territory to another territory. So I see clients there, I clients see here. So when I go there, I kind of go to the spots, do some cafes, restaurants, or yeah, so those kind of things. On the weekends, I normally plan. Like I said, it's a journey. Like first 2 years in the business, you're working for it, like day and night, weekends and everything. And the 30 is the one where you just relax yourself. So this is I'm just on the moment where I'm just looking the business how smoothly operations are going on. I'm just on a terms of relaxing. To be honest, I want to do adventure, but sometimes I want to be at home as well. So it's just like kind of mixture. But as of now, like I said, I prefer mostly to be at home. So that's what I'm looking at. Yeah,
I see. All right then.
yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, Mickey, how many kids you have? I hear a lot of kids.
Yeah, I got one kid at the moment, and he is with me in the conference. So he's just sitting in the other room. So I look
Okay.
after him on Saturday. So when in the morning I'm with him, and in the evening I'm with other kids.
Okay, awesome. How old is he, if I may ask?
He is 4 years of age at the moment.
Four is, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
also have one kid too. He's already 11, so yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right
It's
then.
it's it's it's, it's a challenge. It's a challenge when your kids are growing. The
I
new
know,
words,
right?
new things, asking. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of challenge. Whenever he
I
goes out, he needs something, and I can't say no to it. So because my parent never say no to me, so it's like okay, you have it then.
I know, right? Anyway, now do you have a favorite book or movie that inspires you either in life or in business?
Look, I'm very bad at reading books. If I open the book, I sleep. So, but I try to manage some of the book. I read Think and Grow Rich. There is one book, Think and Grow Rich. So I recommend people to read that. And the other one with the movies, I don't watch much movies, but nah, inspiration. Look, for me, inspiration is my dad itself. I've seen his struggle. I've seen coming from rags to riches. So I don't want to see any movie. I don't want to see any book. I have my dad as a live example, who has come from very poor family to a wealthy, self-made millionaire. So I've considered him my role model and him like a book and a movie for me. So
That's good. That's
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, you have your real life inspiration.
Yes, I am a real life inspiration, and if I'm in doubt, self doubt, or if I'm in a low mood, I normally talk to him. Yeah, so yeah,
Mm.
and sometimes it makes me good as well because life is not like I tell my friends. Sometimes they say, "Oh, so much of struggle, this and that, ups and down business." So I tell them one reality. Like if you like, for example, if you're on a deathbed on a ventilator, have you seen the ventilator line? It goes up and down. ECG machine. Just imagine if you go straight, it means you die.
Correct.
So
Correct.
life cannot be straight. If you ask someone that your life should be why it's not straight, nah, you don't want life to be straight.
Yeah.
You always want life to be up and down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no
Yeah.
point of living. So yeah,
That's the yeah. Flatline is dead. That means you're dead.
yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
makes sense. All right then. So we're down to the final two questions. So to wrap this up, so I'd like to ask you, what advice would you give to someone managing a business in aged care or disability support?
So just don't think about the money. Think about the individual which you have in the books. Think about them, and believe me, the best thing what can happen to you is that old people talk to other people, and that's the best investment you can do. You look after them, God will look after you, and people will look after you. You don't have to be talking about spending millions and billions of dollars or thousands of dollars in marketing. Just be real. You have to create your brand name, and the brand name. in market like Australia is not created by what you see ads on Facebook or Google. It's created by people itself, because people talk less here, but when they talk a lot.
All right, awesome. Okay, so is there anything that you would like our viewers to know about the work Pearl Home Care is doing, or any final
Mm.
thoughts that you'd like to share? And also, how can our viewers get in touch with your company if they're interested with your services?
Yeah, so basically, firstly, to be in touch with the company interested in services, you have to be in Australia as and also have a parent above 65 years of age. And if they're looking for any kind of services like physio, podiatrists, nurses, cleaning, anything kind of services, you can reach out to us on our website, which is pearlhomecare.com.au, and you can search where your parents are. We can help you, or your family members are, friends, anyone. Second thing, in this business, what I can say is it's about when I have client on board, I just tell them we don't work for you, all right? You don't work. It's same, like we are at same level, so we are just like friends who are looking after each other, all right? So it's just that belief I believe in, that if we because if we uh, kind of because in this industry, like I said, if the people become rude, like at this age people become rude and sometimes they're not rude, if we don't, the staff is not keeping up with them, they're not happy with them, so they will leave. And if their staff, if we don't look up the staff leaves, and there is no one to look after the old people. So that's what I said is, it's just like yeah, so all the people who wants to reach out to us, you can reach out to us on our website, or you can call us on a number or through our Facebook pages. So yeah, we easily reach out. Yeah,
All right then. Awesome.
no,
All
no
right,
worries.
so that wraps up our interview or our podcast with you, Mickey. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for your time,
no, all right,
and I
buddy.
hope
Thank you so much.
not a problem. Thank you so much.